Welcome back to Crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. We have our cork hats on, and Bitcoin has still stayed around 62,000 American dollars. Yes, can you believe it? Many people are dreaming. Here we are. I know, don't be scared about this. I just drew this because I'm just used to this type of like, it was the final blowout. They're all liquidated. We won. I'm used to that. Sitting in my chair, trading. And then, like, you know, you go out, get some McDonald's or something, and then you come back and your friends are like, well, it's over. We just started dumping. I'm just so used to that from the years in the past. But why I drew this is just to show you that even if we retrace this whole move, you see it looks devastating, but it goes back into the range. And this is actually normal, friends. This is a 33% drop, just in case it happens. And trust me, that's what you want. It's like wherever Bitcoin stops, there will be a crash, right? It's not gonna feel or look like a crash compared to what we went through in 2022 and 2023. Those are straight bloodbaths. This is the market reprice is lower. It's called the dip. Actually called the real dips now. They reprice lower. You see this big smash and there's a wick down, and then you'll start to see over time like a staircase, people buying, and then it'll go sideways. Now in the bear market, that sideways is followed with another capitulation down, which sends us lower. That's what happened in the bear market. That was 2022, do Quan, liquidating everything, okay? But now you won't see that. Now you see the actual V reversal slowly up. You actually see this happening, and that's when this is going to be like the first probably big crash where buy the dip starts to become a meme again. Have you noticed, friends? Buy the dip was never been a meme because there's no dip. It's just die and then go sideways and keep dying. That's what it's been in the past. I've also mentioned here there is ETH BTC, friends. But first, okay, before we quickly go on, I'm here to tell you, right? So I made 2,200 YouTube videos in just 12 months. So we're actually entering the actual next phase of the cycle where I mentioned here, okay, there's a friendly reminder. Don't fall for soy copers and their tricks using my name to try engagement bait you. And this is really important, friends, because I've got to mention to you, right? I sell, because I want you to believe in yourself. I'm just telling you, okay? I sold you no courses, no mastermind grift, no leverage trading links, none of that. 2,200 YouTube videos, bang, 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 all throughout the bear market. I know people were wondering, how is it humanly possible? Friends, when you live in the future and you know this bull market, we're in the golden years. Yeah, they're still golden years because you can sniff the competition. I can read the crowd. I can share it here with you. There are things like ICOs that you and I can participate on. There is charts that bleed to zero, and then you know they're still building stuff in the background. There's communities there. You know that. You know we still have the framework of Cycle 1 coins and Cycle 1 narratives. Okay, you know we have all these here. I'm giving you all this value. I've even shown you ratio trading. People don't know about ratio trading. Okay, I've done this my whole life. Okay, I know how to look at relative value. Okay, what's this compared to the SPIG? What it done in the past? All this stuff. I know. You add all of those together, you crush it. No excuses. You absolutely crush it. By the way, I even went a step further and I made the trilemma problem. And I said, well, friends, look, I told you, you win, I win, and I protect my reputation. Those three. We can't satisfy all three. Only two of them. I am one of the only people making YouTube videos and Twitter posts where I actually choose that you make money and I make money. Okay? I sacrifice reputation. What does that mean? I am Mr. Unpopular. Have you noticed? People say, oh, you're flippity floppity. Oh, but just tell the targets. Make the targets higher, sir. Please, we need a higher target. Please, no. No, I'm not going to make a higher target. Your little crappy $1,000 is not going to get you retirement. I don't care who you are. All right, I've done all the maths, done everything. Yes, I don't know where the prices land in the future, but I know one thing. You are sitting next to people with $4.5 million in their account, okay? That guy's not making 1,000x, and you're not making 1,000x. Something's got to give. I wonder, you think that guy's going to dump at 180 million, or he's going to let that ride to 18 billion? God, I can't figure it out. Yeah, maybe he's going to risk 180 million this time, when we just saw the third crypto cycle go down. Okay, so I've introduced all these concepts here too. So don't fall in engagement bait. People, this is the next phase, friends. So I've given you all of these tools. People get jealous. But It's sad because I'm like, well, you know, you just do this for free. But I know people don't have the tenacity, they don't have the grit, they don't want to do that. So that's why I'm here to give you this confidence. We are in this next phase now. And so I told you about this new phase, friends. Buy the dip is going to be a meme again. And all these things, we're going to start to move along the way. But then, what did I tell you, man? During the depression phase, friends, I made all these videos. Every single one of my videos has been too long in the depression. Not once have I said, sell 30% of your portfolio, sell. Never. The only time people think bearish, this is the funny part. When there's a red candle, even though I don't click sell, I'm like, man, how could I possibly be bearish? I've made like 1,000 videos to promote this stuff. You know what they do? They will say, no, well, you're expecting a possibility where we don't pump until 9 months from now. Therefore, you're like too super bearish. Because they're dopamine dealers, friends. They want people to come in with a trashy little, hey, put in your money now, it's going to go up. And I'm here just to tell you, you know, listening to these people, you have a terrible track record. They even have a terrible track record. All these people just promising this high price. They got everything wrong from cycles and everything else. And it's just funny. I'm the most skeptical person of the 4-year cycle out there, and I've just been using it to the tick. So there you go, okay? You are definitely going to make it. Part of the value I add as well, friends, here is vVv Launchpad. I'm just telling you, man, I can't list some of these names, but just telling you, I made my video, right? You can see the banner here. vVv Launchpad, you can go through that. Look, man, I've only been, friends, I haven't done any projects with it. I've applied for these ones. I can't tell you one of the names. One of them is called GPU Net, just an AI thing. Okay, and this is the funny part. I'm looking at it, I'm like, are we going to get grifted on and dumped? And then I go check this sheet. You know the BitBoy schedule sheet, friends? Yeah, imagine a sheet like that. All of these projects do it. And this is worse than I thought. There's a sheet and there's all these tier lists. And if you're cool and you have a cool community and you're willing to go in earlier, you get an earlier tier list. And you know what they do? They actually have plans all the way at the end to just sell to the public. And they actually like have it written down, and they have exchanges and late stage launch pads and low tier launch pads. They have that. The high tier launch pads get the earlier access. So you have stuff where the team expects 1 billion fully diluted. And then they're selling right now at like 200 million. So you're buying in. I'm like, wait a minute. That means we're 5x on side day one. Yes, there's vesting of like 6 to 12 months or whatever. But you got to think, right? When are they going to release a coin? That's right. Top of the bull market. That's when they release the coin. You know what I mean? So this stuff, or when it starts to get heated, okay? This is just this whole game, friends. This is just the industry. This is the industry. And guess what? It's all AI. AI. That's what retailers want because of NVIDIA and everything popping off. I told you, man, Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. Now, it doesn't mean I'll go 100% core into one thing, but I'm just showing you this opportunity is out here for you if you want to take it. Now, what do you actually mean, right? So I actually wrote here, the way this industry works makes me vomit, but it is what it is, okay? So I like throwing into stuff early. You never know, friends, because you get in and then you never know, one of them makes it to the big crypto YouTubers and like, oh, wow, this like 5x is going to turn into, you know, maybe like 20 or 30 or 40. You never know any of these, but these types of big X's, they only come in Cycle 1 narratives. So something that wasn't a narrative before. Remember, AI was not around in 2021. Now AI is a thing. And retail just want to jump over themselves. Now, what I've done is I've shown you the OpenSea NFT. So the way it works is, of course, you buy an NFT, a dolphin, a shark, or a whale, and then you have to stake it. You have to go through the Discord, follow all the links in the description. Because I've got step-by-step everything to do. Just read all of it carefully. It's KYC, though, so you do need KYC. If you're in US, you need to be accredited, so you can't be retail up. Very sorry, US citizens. But I can't really say sorry because I've given you thousands of value. You don't need to, like, even in the US, you can still kill it. You have all the deep core coins, all of them. Gave you Chainlink, smashed up, Pulse Chain, PLSX and HEX, on the way to smashing up all these. Then we have the altcoins on Pulse Chain, which is huge. For example, GOFURS is up like 5.5x. Now it's twice Titan X's size, friends. Remember I told you Titan X and GOFURS were the same size. I go, there's a discrepancy. Either Titan X drops 75% or this thing should be 4 times higher. So you don't need any of these. You don't need it, but it's cool to have. There's also paid Launchpad. You can keep participating in the public one, but I went on a search for this because paid's now super popular. And when I was doing it, obviously it was like maybe top 30% popularity, but now they've onboarded Ivan Onter, Crypto Banter, Altcoin Day, the biggest names in the industry, okay? So this is the Dolphin here, friends, is 0.58 ETH. And What's that about? Like $2,000 or something. Well, here's the thing. You get up to $1,000 allocation. Now, you don't get it guaranteed as a Dolphin. If you want to guarantee one, you got to get a Shark, which is like 4.2 ETH, which is like 13 or 14 grand. But then this thing might appreciate as well. So they're doing a project every 2 to 4 weeks. Every like 1 or 2 times a month you're doing a project. So you just keep applying to these. Maybe at the end you have a portfolio of like 10 projects. Hopefully 10 projects, $1,000 allocation. Maybe you get like, I don't know. That'd be mad if they all do 10x. That'd be great. I mean, you're onside 3x on day one. That'd be fantastic. You could get out for that. That's huge, right? You spent 8 grand maybe max, 8 to 15 grand. You come out with 100. So this is what these VC people do. They're doing higher clips. All of these. It's like someone has a VC group and they're willing to put in like 200 grand and they're trying to make a 3x on that. That's what they're doing. They hope to make a 3x, right? Out of everything. So some projects are going to do like 10 or 20 and they're trying to hand this stuff out. So it's not what we do. We buy in the depression. All right. We buy in the actual depression, but it doesn't feel nice, does it? But you get the highest reward. And I'll put the Twitter link in the description below if you want to go through that. We also got some big news, friends. Uniswap has introduced limit orders and they are now live. Yes, actual fake DeFi Uniswap. This is actually quite some big juicy news because PulseX still does not have limit orders. And I'm going to show it to you now. So Uniswap Labs actually posted it here. There's now limit orders. So say hello to the most expansive limit order offering in fake DeFi land. That's what they are. So now I've asked you, will Richard Hart add limit orders to PulseX, the real DeFi with a buy and burn? Probably they have to do that because a lot of these things, friends, this is the type of stuff you see. I told you thousands of times in Bitcoin halvening year, and we're going to give you some pump music. What I told you, friends, Bitcoin halvening year. Do you remember we were down in the dumps last year, 2023? I said, look, in Bitcoin halvening year, magical stuff happens. Upgrades, updates, protocol, website, new logo. Oh, that feature you were like waiting for 4 months to deploy. Yeah, it really makes you think. Is it people feeling confident or the price, or is it both? I don't know what it is. I'm just telling you Bitcoin halvening year. Remember, that's why, friends, I could sniff this. That's why, yes, it seems like my win rate now is 98%. Yes, it seems like it, but no. Don't confuse brains for a bull market, friends. I just got the bull market timing right. So you might flip a coin. Is the bull market, are we early to the bull market now or not? So yes, I got the coin flip right. I'm 50-50. So therefore, almost everything I touch is near 100% win rate. Okay, it's like 98% win rate. So I'm here. I don't care about win rates or whatever. And it's not even a real win rate. We're still holding everything. So I'm just seeing what happens. But now, remember, I was getting called a scammer and a grifter by like people in my own community. And I'm like, oh, I must be really early then. That's like, I started getting a boner, friends. Morning wood. I'm like, wow, my own community's calling me a scammer? Sweet, this thing's going to work. Bang, and that's exactly what started happening. Everything started moving up. You remember, friends, end of December, early of January, no one would really believe. There's a lot of things still cheap, so you have to look around for my videos for stuff like that and have a look at the ratios, please, for the love of God. Look at the ratios. Do not just FOMO buy anything, but you're not going to get depression prices. We're done with those. We're done. You have to play momentum. You have to use like the super trend on a 4-hour, and yeah. See, that's why I don't like playing that game. I don't want to play that game. Other people like playing that game. Sweet. Go enjoy your little 2-3x and play around. We want to be playing with, that's right, we're here for the home run win. We'll see what happens. We also had some news here, right? Crypto miners started selling Bitcoin, and then, like, who cares about that? Whatever. They're always going to sell around the Bitcoin halvening. That's why it's probably going to have a Bitcoin halvening crash around there. Minus 2 months on it, or plus 2 months away from it. It's in April, remember? Shiba Inu adopts privacy tech for Shibarium. Now, friends, remember, at the end of the day, we'll have to simplify stuff. There's too many things going on. I just care about this altcoin dominance, okay? That's all that's all I'm watching. I don't care about anything else. I want to tell you something, okay? I noticed this pattern, friends. Look at this. When altcoin dominance started going nuts in 2017, look how long Altseason was, 112 days. And then look how long this Altseason was next, 56 days. But actually, I know this looks like 133 days here, but no. By April 2018, it was over. It was all actually over January. So this April includes EOS. So this, it's fake, okay? This is basically fake market cap or dominance for that. You see the 112 days. Now look at this. In the January 2021, when Bitcoin broke the all-time high, this is when alts started moving up. See, friends, they started moving up here, but no one said it was alt season until March. See, halfway through the move. So let me show you again, okay? So alts move up halfway into March, 70 days, almost like what we've been doing now. They've been moving up for 72 months. January, February, okay? No one's saying it's alt season. I'm saying alt season's already started. I mean, you notice something? Like we've already, it's actually been going since June. Okay. So it moves up, and then the alt season is only this quick 50 to 60 days where everybody says, alt season's now beginning. Alt season's now beginning. You know what I mean? Imagine I tell you, I don't want that. That's silly, friends. I'm not going to tell you, oh, alt season's now beginning, and literally by the end of next month, we have to sell. You know, it's just like, when's it getting exciting? So these descriptions and stuff, don't worry. A lot of people try to engage and bait my name, saying like, oh no, don't help me with this, don't help me with that. I'll tell people the hell I want. I don't really care. I know what I'm doing. I'm long in the depression and I'm selling in the euphoria, and I told everybody to buy more. Sweet. I risked my reputation, friends. Remember, Mr. Unpopular, what was everybody else doing? They were saying, macro looks bad. Oh, we want to see higher Bitcoin prices before we can buy any altcoins, yes? See what I mean? They actually got it, and everyone's too scared as well. That's the funniest part. That's what everyone was saying. So this is the actual reliable alt season. This one was NFTs and everything else, okay? This one's not reliable, friends. This is the first one is the reliable one. So where we are now, we're not even done with this, I hope. I hope we go to May or June, but eventually Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. So look, imagine Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. If this alt season starts in January, friends, it's over in May, right? And here's the thing. No one calls it alt season until this. It's going up here. No one says alt season started. And then look, everyone says it started here, but actually that's the end. And that's your whole bull market. Congratulations, 4-year cycle done. Right there. Now, there might be a residual alt season after that, but we don't know. I don't want to rely on that. I hope we get it, but I think in that alt season, which would come later, remember, if alt season comes later up here, okay, so maybe it goes up, down, whatever. I would hope that we've taken profits into Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, okay, whatever ratio we choose. And if you participate in whatever residual alt season they do, we'll deploy whatever it is we have. You might deploy like your Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Because it's the end of times, and you probably think Bitcoin and Ethereum have stalled out. So you don't want to be spending your stablecoins there. You actually, from your profit you take, you deploy your Bitcoin and Ethereum and try to make more money on that. Because your stablecoins, friends, we're not going to let anybody make that mistake. I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to have a permanent friendship cult policy. One of them. When you take profit in stablecoins, you must move it to another address. You are not allowed to deploy it for anything. Do you understand me? Anything. This is how everyone actually loses, friends. It's literally how everyone loses. Okay, you know how a drug addict dies from an overdose? Yes, well, the overdose is when people take profits, they're buying new coins in the season with it. Because everyone's like, just getting started. What happens? Because this is what happens, friends. Look, see, people, if you go back in time, people just hit wealth in March. They were starting to hit wealth, and they just hit wealth up here. They just hit wealth. So they were spending stuff, but guess what? It was over. When they just hit wealth, they're like, that's why I'm euphoric. I'm a genius. But this time you're going to be prepared. I also want to tell you something. Liquid ReStaking and Bitcoin ReStaking protocols have been raising money. So look, there's a lot of people drinking soy. They're scared of risk. All right. Now, I'm not trying to bait you into risk or anything, of course, friends. Like, I got one of the highest risk appetites on earth, unfortunately. Okay. So, look, when it comes to ReStaking, yes, you make guaranteed money. Here's the problem. The problem is bull market's got a certain number of days. If you are not liquid in this time and you are doing something in the sideline, all right, you run the risk that mania comes in and it accelerates, and people go from optimism into thrill euphoria. Okay, you run that. That's a risk. Okay, people think that's not a risk. That's me making more money. No, that's an actual risk, friends. That means, oh crap, all the people who are weekend non-believers, they're entering with me. So if you are in this restaking stuff, or you're deploying your ETH to get more yield out of it, because that's what you might do, friends. You deploy, let's say you deploy 10 ETH, you'll get your 5% ETH yield in 1 year, and maybe your airdrop, you'll get like 20% of the value of your ETH. Okay, but look at that number. You made 0.25 on your ETH. You made 25% garbage. However, if you deployed that 10 ETH in depression phase crypto, you won't make 25%. You'll make 1,000%. Literally 9, 10, 11x. You can. And you don't even need to do that. You just got to make like a 300% and you're still smashing them. You're making 12 times them with a 300% gain on your ETH. They'll never get that. They'll never ever get that. But it is what it is, okay? That's only for, but you got to buy in depression. You got to do all the homework and research. Actually, you just got to watch my channel, which is what you already do. Lastly, friends, Richard Hart has actually moved $22 million plus. There's heaps of other ones. I haven't updated myself on it yet. And he might be broadcasting that he's going to do a rage pump. And I think this rage pump calls for a nice gentle music, all right? It's the Halo intro music, friends, because I can see it now. I can actually see it now. That big fat red arrow. I think that's where we need to be. 10x above day one sack. So PLSX as well, friends, is 60%. Actually, it's 40% below day one sack. So it needs how much to day one sack? Not that much, like 70%. So this is almost free money. However, almost free money. When we get here, it's going to be break even soy boys. Maybe we go up, get a few of them out. They firm it back in back here, and then come back in, and they realize they got gypped because they just bought more and held. Now, I'm hoping, friends, I just draw these arrows. The arrows are pointed to a 10x from day one sack. I think that's a nice goal because you don't know, man. Like, look, I had a lot of these arrows from before, but now I'm like, well, look, Bitcoin hit 64K, man. So that's clearly a signal of something. You know what I mean? It's clearly, okay, like, maybe we were only going to do a 2 or a 4 have Bitcoin at like 38K if it's like every other Bitcoin halvening pump. But this is like a ferocious pump. So it's still working in the background. I've also mentioned, I'm going to go through another post too. Any profits I make or that you make, I personally, friends, Chainlink's very cheap against Ethereum and it's good. Problem is, I just don't like that it's 4x from its low, right? And it's like $20. But it's still cheap versus Ethereum. So if I was taking profit, I would choose Link over ETH easy because the Link ETH ratio still has like a 5x to go. That's huge. It kind of implies Link's going to $180. It's the same thing with Pulse Chain, PLSX, and HEX, okay? And I'm going to make another video too, don't worry. The ratios, we're in the middle now, friends. So I have a successful prophecy. It's not at the target, but it's halfway. So basically now I would be entering Pulse, PLSX, and HEX, 1/3 each. Instead of, I wouldn't stack Pulse and PLSX because the ratios are disconnected. Now you're in the middle. Now you're risking minus 50% to make plus 80%. That is not good risk reward if you go all in on one. If you have all of them though, no matter what happens, you end up winning. So where do you think we're going to be? I know obviously we want the prices just to go up only. I'm just going to quickly show you how far HEX is. HEX hit a combined price of 3 cents. I know everybody's like, wow, we're pumping. Look at this. This was what is called a pump. This is actually nothing. Look at all these resistances we have to go through. The first one is Pulse Chain Testnet version 3. That's 12 cents. Okay, so there you go. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Juicy crypto news. Catch you soon.